Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Get It Right. As obvious, my name is Charles Olero, and today I have a very good friend of mine who is my guest today. This guy is a motivational speaker. He's a journalist. He's a musician, songwriter. Let us titles come through.
I am a journalist, just like you said. I do a little music. I also rap.
Kwanza hebu rap to launch something tukiendelea na conversation. Ka freestyle too.
I represent ourselves because I'm obsessed with the spirit of the best to disturb me with the tech for the reason that I could be Eminem if I thought there is a chance for the objecting of a sense.
Isn't like Mr. Rizal kama
hizo ni zangu.
Okay.
Hizo ni zangu.
Anyway, guys, Dickens is here with us today because of a very interesting story that I've always been pursuing. Actually, he's one of the guys that really motivate me a lot in this life because of the kind of life that he has lived, what he's passionate about, what he does every single day, and the steps that he make in life. So Dickens, can you tell us a brief story about yourself? Because there's a story that you did about your life, your childhood life, that really touched most of Kenyans. Just tell us a summary for someone there who is not really, who is watching this for the very first time.
Okay. Thank you for having me on the show, bro.
You're welcome, man.
This is the biggest reunion of 2020. University of Nairobi School of Jazz
reunion. Sasa umeni-expose kila mtu anajua penye imetoka.
No, man. You should be glad that you are an alumnus of the School of Jazz University of Nairobi. Anyways. So, right to it. My name is Dickens Ngicho. Yeah. I am... I almost said I'm a media student because he graduated the other day. Yes. I am a journalist, a reporter, an online video producer at Nation Media Group within TV and Daily Nation. I'm a passionate journalist. I am one of those journalists who would love to go out and cover a story that changes lives.
Yes.
Not a story that fills a newspaper a section or a TV section.
Exactly.
I always want that the story I do in one
to have
or
an
another
impact
way.
in someone's life.
Yes. So I am a brother to Kevin Ngicho, and I'm a cousin.
The only brother, say that.
Yes, my only gift, the only gift my parents left me with, and I love him so much. That was the only inheritance I think they left me with. But I mean, it's the biggest of anything they would have left me with.
Yeah, of course.
I am a son to very many women that brought me up. I am a son to also uncles or just great men in my life.
Yes.
And I'm also a cousin to no, did I say I'm a cousin to uncles? No, I'm also a son to uncles.
The other way around.
Yeah, no, I'm a cousin to many cousins of mine and friends.
Yes.
And
you're a brother.
And I'm a brother to my brother.
Are you a father? Are you?
I am also I believe in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Because it does everything every little thing I've ever achieved in life. I mean,
yes,
I give it up to him.
Absolutely. It comes first.
It does. It really
other
does
things zinakujaga baadaye.
Yes.
You get that right?
Yes. So I think we were in campus together, by the way. I was the first year, he was the second year, and we were we were student leaders in campus.
Of course.
We were rivals. And then when I got to second year, when we started like, man, there's no need for us to rival on these simple things.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys who introduced me to campus politics. Yes. And he was a secretary general at School of Journalism while I was an organized secretary, and then I became the chairperson of the School of Journalism. The School of Journalism, Lujosa. It was Nairobi University Journalism Student Association.
Yeah.
And then you left. But then we've always kept in touch, and thank God for it.
Till now. And that's why you're here.
And that's why I'm here, man.
Because you are one of those guys who've made a very big stride in terms of trying to really push it very hard to make a success in life.
Yeah.
And that's why you're here.
Yes.
So growing up, just a brief summary.
Yes.
How was life then?
I was born in Majengo.
Yes.
Nairobi's Majengo. School at Dr. Agri Primary in Pumwani. Up to around class 6. And first I attended my my preschool was in the countryside.
Yes.
And then later we came back to Nairobi. Yes, Shago. I'm not going to mention where that is.
For security purposes.
Anyway, so when my dad passed away when I was in class 2,
yes,
in the countryside, then my mom took us to we went to some town. I mean, I'm just going to mention it. Went to Rangwe in Homa Bay. Then stayed there for a year. School at Olero Primary School. Then my mother came back. My mother was. We were with my mother, my brother, and I were living together.
Yeah.
Then after 1 year of staying in Rangwe, my mother took us to our maternal home. That's her place, her parents' place.
Yes.
In Oyugis. And then she went to Kericho to pick tea. For
kutafuta
a year.
kazi.
Yeah, kutafuta job.
Piga kazi.
Yes, alikuwa anapiga kazi yo mama. Then she came back and took us to Nairobi. Brought us now back to Nairobi.
Mkarudisha mtaa.
Yes, staff class 3 to class 4 now.
Yes.
Through class 6 we were staying together in Majengo. She was a great hustler. She was a good mother, a great one. She always made sure that we went through school. She paid school fees for us. She was really strict about education, and she always asked me, "What do you want to become?" I always told her, "I want to become a journalist." I want to become a journalist while I was in class 2.
Yes.
Yeah, through to when I now became a journalist. So my mom was a great hustler. She was selling boiled maize in Majengo and peanut, jugu, and ripe bananas. And then I would come back every day from school and take just a sample of whatever she was selling. Could have been boiled maize or peanuts. And then I hawk, like I just walk around different estates from Gikomba, Karioko, then Ziwani, Pumwani, country bus. That would just be, it was a routine from Gikomba, Karioko, Ziwani, Pumwani, country bus. Then to CBD in the night. I would go to the CBD in the night, but I would be hiding my groundnuts so that people don't know, because I would be going to some place I really loved hanging out at.
So to me, even wale watoto wenye wanauzaga sweets,
yes, I know.
You really have a better experience of that.
I always spend a lot of time with those kids, especially, and when I meet one or any in the CBD, one thing I always ask them, are you going to school? What do you want to become? And I just try to motivate them in one or another way. And most of them, by the way, they're always cognizant of what they want to become in life.
Yes. And that's really a very touching story. Wale vijana wale watoto wenye wanatembea streets town.
Yeah.
Though some of them ni wajeuri wanda kuchuna. Like there's a day I was walking in town.
Yeah. I know.
Mmoja wao akaniambia I buy something, and actually I never had coins. I never had any loose cash. So I told him, like, maybe next time I'll be passing, I'll promote you, I'll buy something from you.
Yes.
Akamua kanichuna.
It happens.
And it's very painful.
There are people,
but that's always a life.
There are parents who are really propagating this.
It's like business.
Yes, the parents who take their kids to the CBD and they sit at a point, and then they send kids to
watch position, and then they just watch.
Yes, maybe sell something or just beg for money. And then you see the kids, after they've been given the coins or the cash, they run to their parents. And I think that's a really bad thing. This is a parent who is fit, like they don't have any deformity or any inability or disability.
And that's what they do. And that's really crazy.
That is really a bad thing, taking your kids through.
Yeah.
I think show them how hard work pays.
Instead of using them as a way of gaining income or that. So ever since when did your mom pass?
My mom passed while I was in class 6.
In class 6.
Yeah.
So from class 6 onwards, you've just been pushing life by yourself.
So another thing that happened after that, just while my mom was sickly, my maternal people, my uncles, took us back to the countryside, and it's one thing I've never understood, because I think Nairobi is where there's better health care. But now my mom was sick, and it took a few weeks, and then we were taken to the countryside. Yes, I think they wanted to go and try the herbs or the traditional
way of medication and all that.
So we went to the countryside. My mom was hospitalized for I think a week or 2 in Oyugis, and then
she didn't make it.
She became worse.
Okay.
And then we were taken now to my home now, my dad's place. She took 2 weeks there, and then she passed away. I was in class 6.
That was a very sad story. Sorry for that, man.
It's okay, man.
Machozi sitoki.
Man. I've always lived without her, but everything she did in my life, I've never forgotten a thing.
Actually, mothers always all now make a very big impact in our lives.
Yes.
And now, Dickens, since then, what has really been your biggest motivation in life that keeps you alive?
My biggest motivation, I think, I have several. There really are several.
But there must be that something that is really dominates in your life, that when you think about, when it clicks with your mind, then you just see that you want to transform your life.
It's my life experience. Yeah, being an orphan at a very early age
yeah.
and being homeless. Yes, there's a point of my, well, I was a first year at the University of Nairobi. First year, the whole of my first year I was homeless.
Yes.
I was spending most of my time in campus, but at night I would go and spend at a kibanda in Tena. This is for 1 calendar year.
Yes.
Before a foster family came and took me. I don't even want to call it a foster family now.
Because it's
I mean, that's my family now.
It's part of your family right now.
Yes.
I really understand. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about a very important, inspiring story. We're talking about a very inspiring topic for someone who is down there, who needs to be uplifted. Someone is down there who thinks that life has come to the edge and there's nothing big that they can do to transform their way of life. That's why, Dickens, you're here to make impact in someone's life who's watching this there at home, on your mobile phones, on your tablets, on your PC and MacBooks. Dickens is here for you.
Yeah, man.
A great motivational speaker.
I hope so. I mean, you asked me something.
Yes.
That what motivates me. I told you it's my life experiences, and I just highlighted.
Tell them that life experience
so,
in a nutshell, so that they can come to understand where you
I
come
think
from.
another thing that also this is the second thing, my life experience, in which it's just engulfed in so much. Being homeless, I don't want to get into how I became homeless, but it was just I was living with an uncle of mine and my aunt, and things happened, and so the uncle with whom I was living was the only maternal relative that had kept in touch with us since the demise of my mom.
Yes, yes.
So when I was coming to Nairobi, I said, if I would be going to Nairobi and staying with somebody, then it would have to be that particular uncle. It's Uncle Eric, one of my best persons in life.
Yeah.
So when I stayed with him for a year, the wife, I mean, she wasn't like really into us staying together. So she told me that they were moving into another house, and that particular house was smaller than the one we were living in. So she just asked me to look for another place. I mean, this was on a Thursday and they were moving on Saturday.
When was that?
Immediately after high school. This was in 2013.
Okay, after high school.
Yes.
Ujipange.
So I mean, I was teaching some school in Tena. So and I was being paid 6,000, and I just joined campus.
Yes.
And my brother was also in high school. So at the University of Nairobi, we pay almost between 80 and 100,000 per semester.
It's a lot.
In 3 months, I was being paid 6,000. So it was a really difficult juggling between paying these school fees and my brother's fees, who was in Form 3.
Yes.
But my foster mom came through and paid for my brother Form 4 school fees, and my brother got done. So another thing that motivates me, I think, there are personalities in my life that I watch their stories every day.
And that is interesting.
Yeah.
That is where we are heading to. Hashtag Let's Get It Right. This is Charles Olero, and this is Let's Get It Right. Get It Right with Dickens.
With Dickens, your boy. The journalist.
The journalist, anyway, the blogger. And now, these personalities, let's develop there. Let's begin from there.
Yes.
Who are these guys?
So, they are people, they are professional ones I look up to, and then they are just generally about life. So, they are people I've read their stories and interacted with and watched. People like Larry Mado, who was he left Nation before he was done with campus. And that guy was doing so much. He was going out of his way to be a columnist in the newspaper. He was hosting the trend. He was doing news, and he was producing so much, you see. And that guy came from the humblest of backgrounds, from Siaya, and then to the city, and he was just a guy helping an aunt. I understand he was helping one of his aunts in, I don't know if it's Kikomba sell Mandazi. And then he joined Daystar and he just wanted to work hard and change his life. Okay, so that's one person. And you know where he is now? He's at the BBC.
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
we see him every day.
Trending,
doing some amazing job.
I look at him and I'm like, man, I'm going to be there. And then another person is Christina Christiane Amanpour. She's an anchor with CNN. She does so much. She's covered a lot of war
in Iraq and all that.
Yes, in Iraq,
yes,
in different places. And I just like the way she has very thought-provoking questions when she hosts big personalities like presidents and prime ministers and world leaders. Okay, and another person is Ola Garani or CNN and Richard Quest, the way he does this thing.
Those big guys.
Ah man.
So that one actually takes me to something that's very important. When it comes to work, how should someone work? Because today we are talking about rising against all odds,
yes,
all the hardest in life.
Yes.
Because some people say that life is never easy. Others make a basis of a philosophy that life is what you make it.
Yeah.
Right. But there are certain things that you really have to do in life.
Yes.
And everything revolves around work. Yeah. If you want to be successful in life, then absolutely you have to work.
Yes.
So how should someone work? Because others say that you have to work smart, you have to work hard.
Yes.
So you just tell someone there how to rise against all odds in terms of work.
Yes.
What you can do.
I think, to me, there is never a formula, but there are common things that people do.
The basics.
Yeah, the basics. I think they are the basics. You have to work hard.
Yes.
You have to work smart. These two things work together, because you cannot just go and work smart and you're just seated.
Yes.
Working smart also involves working hard, because even successful people work hard. Most of these successful people work hard. But another secret I think I should give to young people is speak. Don't just think you being alone like an island is going to help you network, form circles that are going to help you. Speak with everybody, be it that person who is the mkokoteni guy,
and the least guy in the society.
The least person in the society, and the biggest. The bosses at work, and people you've always wanted to talk to and share with them your thoughts. Speak, and I think speaking is one of the things that even made me get out of the streets and be received by a foster family, and sharing with my lecturers, who some paid my school fees. Some of my lecturers paid my school fees after I shared with them my story. And also another reason why people should speak is also another thing I also encountered in life. While we were in fourth year, I met the CEO of Nation Media Group in a washroom. I actually saw him walk into the washroom and followed him there. We were with Trevor. And I didn't want to tell Trevor I was going to talk to his CEO,
his boss.
Mkubwa, So what I did is I just excused myself. I walked in the washroom. He was just doing his thing, and then I waited for him at the sink because I knew he'd come and wash his hands. So when he came, I was just like, "Hey, so how are you doing? My name is Dickens. I'm the president of the school, the chairman of the school at Johnson University of Nairobi. I have been volunteering for Nation for the last 4 years since I was in first year. Could you just give me 2 minutes of your time?" Yes. The guy said, so I asked the CEO to just give me 2 minutes of his time.
Yes.
And he was like, "Kijana sema." So I shared with him about my story, about how people I never knew, people never knew my parents, supported me in life. My lecturers paid my school fees. A foster family came and got me out of the streets.
Yes.
And I had great mentors who I was talking with every weekend, like Rashid Abdallah and Mark Masai, and several other media personalities who motivated me and inspired me. And I just told him if I would find a particular platform to also find stories like mine and share with Kenya and the world over, I think some youths would be inspired and motivated. And if these stories would be told, and maybe they are the breakthrough for those particular story subjects, those particular story sources. Yes. And he just told me, he just held my hands, and this MD, managing director, Francis Munyoki, was just outside the washroom waiting for him. And he told Munyoki, "Ebu sikiza huyo kijana." So Munyoki, the MD, asked me, "Tell me about yourself." Just gave him an elevator speech, which I was also taught by one of our editors now. While I was a second year, I would hang out Nation Center and I would meet several of them. This is what's on Karuma. Who told me there's an elevator speech that you write, there's a speech that you give to somebody you've been wanting to meet, and it's a short while you have them, and maybe it's in an elevator or a lift. They're going to a very close floor, and you just use that particular short
elevator
time.
speech.
Yes, and pitch what you want to share with them. So I shared with the MD also just a piece of my story, and he asked me for my phone. He told me, "Where's your phone?" I gave him my phone, and then he keyed in his phone number and saved. He told me, "Come to Nation on Tuesday." That was on a Monday. Then Tuesday or the following week. Then I came, and the rest is history. Just a long story.
But
yes.
The main point there is you really have to speak. You really have to talk to people.
Speak, because the worst that can happen to you. Speak, because the worst that can happen to you is that your situation is the worst is that your situation is not going to get changed. That's the worst.
That's the worst.
It can remain. It will remain. The best thing that can happen to you is that your situation will change. And I think just
might
speak.
change.
Yes, might change. Might change. Yes. Yes. So speak. Just share with people about life experience, and there are people that you will even support because you've spoken with them. It doesn't always be that it's you who's getting the support.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, you really have to talk to people out there, even the least person in the society.
Yes.
Hata which one is going to opportunity a vacancy somewhere.
Yes.
Just speak to them.
Yeah, there's a story I read about some guy who gave a security guard a lift along. Was it this side of Kwenda Kiambu? And then he always gave that person lift. So when this security guard was at the workplace one day, he had people talking about they want to recruit somebody with this quality. Alikuwa anasikia wakubwa wakiongea. And then he called that person. That person got that job. He came for interview.
Talking to people.
Yeah. Speak, man. Just speak.
And now that one makes me talk about something else. Making it in life. I know all of us, we've not really achieved everything that we really want to achieve in life. And at least there's that step that someone makes or someone has made in life after very severe hurdles. And that person is able to give you a motivation. Is able to tell you something, at least how you can manage or how you can pass or you can overcome a certain hurdle that you're maybe currently facing. So what do you think? How is it? Is it easy to make it in life?
It is not easy. If it were easy, there would be no Larry Mado.
What does it
take? If it were easy, there wouldn't be people like these great lawyers. If it were easy, there wouldn't be people like Kirubi. If it were easy, there wouldn't be people like you. It's not easy.
Easy to make, but not fake it.
No, but you see, you got into a level, man. You have a show, man, and congratulations, by the way. Congratulations.
Big ups.
Yes.
It's
never easy. It's never easy. This is one thing I always tell guys. It's never easy. And be prepared for that particular period that's not going to be easy. Because those hurdles and the challenges are the building blocks of your success.
Perfect.
So you just have to go through it and just be ready to go through it. Just make sure that you keep the focus. Don't lose it at any given point. But you know you're going to fail at some point in your life, but that should never be a reason to give up or to stop your pursuit.
Yes.
Just continue going for it.
How about there's someone who, you know, sometimes the more you really try to push, the more you feel it's really tough.
It happens, but you could change your tact because there are probably somebody you are trying to reach to support you. It doesn't always have to be themselves. And even at work, and it happens. There are people who will hold your hands. There are people who will not. But just make use of those who are going to hold your hands. Even at campus, there are lecturers you are not going to love. There are those you are going to love. But you just keep your eyes on the prize that you have to graduate. In whatever you do, it doesn't have to take one way. No. Just try several other ways, yes. But never give up.
Never give up.
Even though it's going to be difficult,
it's always tough.
Yes.
You really have to push. And one thing that sometimes motivates me is that there's one thing that I always believe in, that the more it's tough, the more I need to be tougher. Yes.
It's going to take you being that way. If it's tough, it's very tough, you have to be even tougher than the way it is. Because if you are going to be soft, you're going to be like, I can't.
It makes me think about story of my life when I was anyway, that's fun.
No, just give us a glimpse of what that is.
I think I'll do that in the next episode.
Okay.
For this episode, it's just about you, inspiring you, helping someone their rise against all odds. Yes. Now, right now, many Kenyans are unemployed.
Very true.
And something that they need is someone who can help them have a different mindset of how they can rise up against all odds. Because if it's about job opportunities, then they're scarce. And besides that, I believe that siku hizi watu wanasema it's all about who you know, because kitambo ilikuwa about papers, then from papers guys move to skills, and right now watu wanasema it's all about mwenye unajua. So try to speak to someone out there who doesn't have any idea or has a different mindset of how to get a job opportunity.
I think I am a very young person to
make it but
but
motivate that
this
person.
Is my experience.
Don't
confine yourself along what you have studied in campus, along what your passion is only, along what you just think is what's going to make you succeed. Spread your wings. Try this. If you cannot, let me just give you a small life experience that answers this. While we were, this is just a little personal, but I think my mom tells us this every day in the house, that you are going to succeed by leaving this gate. That's her gate, our gate. You are going to succeed by leaving this gate 100,000 times to be able to get to an opportunity or two. You are going to leave this gate to pursue different things, many things.
And you'll only be able to get one.
You may just get one or two opportunities by leaving this gate 100,000 times. And when you leave home, be ready to have your hand on anything that comes your way. If you find somebody gari yake imekwama, just help them push. They may help you with some cash, or they may take your number. Try online
stuff. Thank you.
Yes.
I thank you not.
and I think it's great. I mean,
it's
that
great.
is
it's
one
a blessing.
Thing. Yes. So I just think let's be open-minded. It doesn't have to take your passion only. It doesn't have to take your area of specialization. Just allow yourself to try just as many things as you can.
Usichague kazi.
Usichague.
Piga kazi.
Yes.
Chapa ilale. Tandika.
Piga.
Now, Dickens, your words, they're really, I believe that personally they're also motivating me at this time.
I'm humbled.
Right? And also someone who is out there, I know is also getting motivated.
Yes.
Now, looking into that camera, speak to those guys outside there as we are rounding this off. And just speak your heart to them concerning how to rise up against all the odds in life and to achieve at least a step of success in life.
I'm going to say this again. I'm a young person. I don't have so much experience. But what I believe in life is don't do something because somebody else is doing. My mother told me something. I am your mother. I'm quoting my mother. I am your mother. I gave birth to you, and I'm the last person who would wish you anything bad. So I'm telling you as your mother, don't, in this world, there is nothing like peer pressure. I am telling you, I'm your mother. There's nothing like peer pressure. The only peer pressure that's outside this house, that's her house when I was young, she was telling us, is you accepting to do that thing that your friends are doing or your peers are doing.
Peer pressure.
Yes, that's yours. But your mother is telling you there's nothing like peer pressure. Peer pressure is when you are going to allow yourself to do that particular thing. And then another thing, I want to tell young people, there are two different, there's a difference between being content or being contented and being satisfied. Before you get what you want to achieve, just be content. Don't look down upon yourself, or don't say I'm not worth achieving this. Just be content. Is like be okay with your particular situation, but work hard so that you get satisfied. You achieve what you want to achieve. Okay. So I think those are my last words. Don't be pressured to do something. And then another thing, don't look down upon yourself because you haven't achieved one or two. Just be okay, but then work hard to achieve what you want to achieve.
Powerful words. isn't it? And all that's amazing. Thank you so much, Dickens, for your wonderful motivating speech, motivating words, of course. I know that lives are going to be transformed. And the greatest thing that someone, I read a book that says that the greatest achievement in life is when you get out of this life and leave a greatest impact in someone's life.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be many, it doesn't have to be societies or group.
I also
just an individual.
I also many people. It always gets me so emotional how I want to pay this. People paid my school fees, who gave me a shelter.
You owe them.
Who I just hope God enables me to at least do a thank you thing. It may not be to them, but because of their act, I do it to someone else.
Absolutely.
Yes, there are good people. There are good people on earth. They just say
good ones. Tenda wema, wende zako. Well, this has been Get It Right. # Let's Get It Right with me, Charles Olero, and my guest today has been Dickens Ngicho.
Yeah, man. And man,
a very good friend of mine. Yeah.
Let me just do this.
Yeah.
I know we haven't paid you, but watch a lot of great stories on NTV and Daily Nation. Yeah, we do life-changing stories there. Just subscribe and watch, and I mean you're going to get inspired.
Digital channel.
Yes. NTV digital, Daily Nation digital.
And finally, please don't forget to subscribe.
This one.
This one. Red button hapo chini.
Yes.
Dickens, that I think they should also subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Yes, I also have a YouTube channel that I'm trying to regenerate.
Dickens Stories, is it?
Yes, Dickens Stories.
Subscribe hapo pia.
Yes, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dickens Stories on YouTube, and I'm also on Facebook as Dickens Ngicho, and on Instagram as @Dickens Ngicho, then Twitter @Ngicho _Dickens.
Sawa, sub for sub, ma subscriptions zitembe.
Yes.
Na hii pia msisahau kusubscribe hapa chini. Click the red subscribe button. See you next time in the next episode.
Bye.
Goodbye.